So living in Tampa Bay, there are a few things that you really don't like, but there are a lot of things that you really love. We're going to go over the pros and cons of living in Tampa and the Tampa Bay area, and we're going to do it right now. What's up, everybody? Sean McManaman here with the Vomero McManaman Group, brokered by eXp Realty. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about Tampa and the Tampa Bay area, we do a video every week to tell you whatever you need to know. So make sure you tap on that subscribe button and you click on that little bell to be notified every time we make a new video. Make sure you stay to the end of this video because one of the pros may save you tons of money. All right, so let's get to it. So the first pro, which is a very important one I want to go over, is the weather. We live in paradise here, basically. We have sunshine year-round, blue skies year-round, and we really don't have winter. I mean, you can do activities year-round here. You don't have to cater to what the weather is going to do most of the time. It does not get very cold here. We really don't have a winter. Our winters are like 60 degrees during the day, and most of the time it's 70, and maybe 40s at night every so often, and 30s very rare. We haven't had snow since I think 1978 or something like that, and we had some snow flurries back in 1989. It just doesn't happen. So we really don't get the winter that most of you may be used to from northern states. Now, with that being said, the big pro of weather is also the first con, weather, because in the summer it gets hot. And I mean it's hot. We have 90-degree days, 90 to 92-degree days, but our humidity is 80%. So it feels like it's 110, 120 in the summer. So it's very hot. But still, it's beautiful year round. We do get the possibility of hurricanes. Now, I've lived here my whole life, and that's 45 plus years, and we've never been directly hit, knock on wood, by a hurricane in my lifetime. We've had some close calls, but geographically, it's very difficult for a hurricane to directly hit Tampa Bay. It's going to have to come up through the Gulf and make a right turn to hit Tampa Bay directly. And there are heavy thunderstorms in the summer, kind of on a daily basis, like every afternoon it'll rain for about an hour, but then it becomes sunny. So that's the first con, is sometimes the weather is a little prohibitive. So the next pro of living in the Tampa Bay area is the outdoor activities. We have a ton of outdoor activities, and like I said in the weather section, we can do this year round. There's no months that you can't do this. So we have golf, we have a ton of golf courses, fishing, saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing, we have hunting if that's your thing, tennis, many outdoor leagues for like softball, basketball, and we have water activities. I mean, we have water here in abundance, so it's an unending amount of water activities on a daily basis. That includes boating, swimming, paddle boarding, jet skis, a little surfing. We're not a big surfing area because our waves on the Gulf not that big, but sometimes you can get out there and do some surfing. But the outdoor activities are amazing, and like I said, they're unending year round. Now the second con is going to have to do with a little bit of weather also, but it is the lack of change of seasons. And I've heard this commented from people who've moved from up north. We don't have a change of seasons here in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area. Really, what we have is green, tropical all year round. When the seasons are supposed to change, it may get a little cooler, but we don't have leaves. We don't have those things that you're probably accustomed to up north. During Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and that time, it can be 70, 80 degrees during the day, just as easily as it can be 60 degrees. But we don't have that big cool down, so we do not have the change of seasons. The third pro for the Tampa Bay area is the beaches. The beaches here are gorgeous. We have white sand beaches, our water's clear, it's warm, and you can just go down to the beach, enjoy yourself for the whole day. It is paradise for sure. We have Clearwater Beach, which has been ranked numerous times as best beach in the world, and we have it right here in our backyard. We have Indian Rocks Beach. We have St. Pete Beach. We have beaches up and down the West Coast, and it is beautiful, and you will enjoy it. And it's from anywhere in the Tampa Bay area, it's not a long drive to the beach. So the next con is going to be to get to the beach, it's going to be traffic. One of the things we have here is that we have a lot of traffic. And definitely during the wintertime, there are tons of tourists here, and they clog up the roadways quite a bit. Now, we can't complain about that because you'll see later why the tourists benefit us so much. But in the winter, you go down to the beach or just drive around and you'll see license plates from everywhere in the United States. And you'll definitely see them from Canada because there's a mass migration to this area starting, I think, in around December, that everybody from up north comes down here for the weather, and they stay through April. So that's one of the cons, is that the traffic gets quite congested during that time. The fourth pro of living in the Tampa Bay area is the downtown areas and the nightlife. We have restaurants in Tampa and St. Pete, beautiful downtown areas. We have bars, we have microbreweries, lots to do down there. In Tampa, we have Ybor City, which is a historic area. In St. Pete, there's several restaurants that are right on the water. So the downtown areas have a lot of things to do down there. And we have culture, we have museums, we have aquariums. So in downtown Tampa, we have the Florida Aquarium, and in the other side of the bay in Clearwater, we have the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, which is where Winter is, which is the famous dolphin. They made a movie about Winter, so that would be something you definitely want to check out. We have museums in the St. Pete area, in downtown St. Pete. We have the Salvador Dali Museum, the Holocaust Museum. In Tampa, we have the Glacier Children's Museum. We have Mosey, which is a museum of science and industry. So there are lots to do in both downtown areas. Okay, to go along with all those nice things to do in the downtown areas, one of the next cons is that we do not really have public transportation. We're not like other big cities that has a subway system or a rail system or any system like that. We have buses, but they're few and far between when it comes from going from one side of the county to the other side of the county. That's being worked on right now. I know there's some plans in the works for more of an elaborate transportation system, but right now we just don't have that. We're not like some of the other big cities up north where they have a lot of that good transportation. Okay, so the next pro for living in the Tampa Bay area is one of my favorites because I'm a big sports fan, and that is that we have several sports teams, several professional sports teams and franchises in the area. We have the Tampa Bay Rays. They're in St. Pete, but they've been to the World Series and they're pretty successful every year. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, and they have won the Super Bowl. They haven't been great in the last few years, but it's always fun to go to a Buccaneers game. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa. They are one of the most successful NHL franchises, and we've won the Stanley Cup, and you're going to love going to a Lightning game. It's always sold out, it's always packed, loud, and they're a great team. And last but not least, we have soccer. We have the Rowdies. They're in St. Pete. So those are some of the professional sports teams. Now, during spring training, we're a spring training destination. We have a ton of teams in the Florida area, but in Tampa Bay area, we have several. In Clearwater, we have the Clearwater or the Philadelphia Phillies train in Clearwater. We have the Toronto Blue Jays. They train in Dunedin. And we have the New York Yankees, and they train in Tampa. So whenever you're down for spring training, the weather's great. You can catch a ball game. I love going to spring training games. So now we're to the end, and we're going to give you the biggest pro for living in the Tampa Bay area. And really, it's all of Florida, but that is the fact that we have no state income tax. 0% is the income tax. We don't have local income tax, city income tax, state income tax. It's all zero. Thank you, tourists. We do not have to pay any income tax for living in the Tampa Bay area. So there you have it. Now, one of the things I want to mention before we wrap up, I don't want to forget this, that we have several Fortune 500 companies in our area. The job market is very strong. Since we have so many tourists that come to our area, the service industry, the tourist industry is huge. There's a lot of jobs in our area, and I didn't want to forget that, but that is definitely a big pro for living in the Tampa Bay area. So that comes to the end of our video. Hopefully you found this helpful. Please, if you're not a subscriber to our channel, click on the subscribe button and click on that little bell so you're notified when we make videos. We make videos every week about living in the Tampa Bay area. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. And if you have any questions whatsoever about real estate, about the area, our contact information is there on the screen. We'd be happy to help you out. Thank you very much again. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Take care.